Here's the thing, being held accountable for your own actions isn't called discrimination. It's called being, you wouldn't believe it, a goddamn bloody adult. That's right as being an adult. It's putting others before yourself. And that's what this country's supposed to be about.
I would also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the Liberal Party of Australia. The Liberal Party of Australia is an essential component of our federation. It's an essential component of our democratic process. And I take this opportunity, this is important, I take this opportunity to acknowledge that the Liberal Party are not our enemies. They may be our adversary, they may be our adversary, but they are not our enemies, and we thank them on what is a significant night for them too. There are a lot of MPs and candidates tonight who have not been successful at this election. And in our democracy, that is a particularly difficult price to pay. And I want to acknowledge all of the families of those MPs who have lost their positions tonight.
Albanese showed yesterday that he is a complete loose unit on this stuff. He just runs off. He just runs off at the mouth. I mean, it's like he just unzips his head and he just lets everything fall on the table.
Well, hang on. Sit down.
I'm still hearing
sit down, Buffett.
I'm not the police force, because that's not my job. I'm not going to go around telling Australians how to spend their own money. That's not my job. State governments are responsible for public health within their jurisdictions.
I don't hold a hose, mate, and I don't sit in the control room.
I'm not the Commissioner of Police.
It's not my job to get offended, it's my job to get a team home.
You know, Peter Dutton was the principal one out there talking about war and war footing and conflict and so forth. That's absolutely crazy. We're a country of 25 million people. China's a country of 1.4 billion people with nuclear weapons. Why would a mainstream political party be talking about that? He's an extremist. He's an extremist. And I don't think he fits with modern Australia at all. And he doesn't seem to listen. He's extremely conservative. I actually don't think he's that smart. You know, I'm pleased that West Australians and Australians more generally didn't elect any Palmer people. That's a good thing for the country. I saw their actions on the polling booths. I saw how the Palmer people behave. They're misfits and losers, and they scream and yell at voters. They shove things in people's faces. They're offensive and rude people, and I'm glad that Australians haven't supported them.
Important message to keep Aboriginal people safe.
And the message, a proper important one, to keep everybody safe one.
You can die from the corona or get really sick.
You can pass away from this corona, or you can get really sick one.
But I hope that we can get a resolution and she can withdraw those lies as we come out of this election.
Jamie, I think I got a sorry, not sorry, and if you see the full video, you'll see it was in fact a setup. Simon, it was pretty disgraceful behaviour. I hope it took some paint off your celebrations tonight.
Well, looking forward to getting your full apology. Thanks, Jan.
Stick it up your jumper.
Okay, on that note, Simon Holmes a court from Kooyong. Thank you for joining us on Nine.
There's a hole in your budget, dear Labor, dear Labor.
Labor hasn't balanced a budget in over 30 years, and their COVID response would have cost an extra $81 billion. Labor didn't even cost their health policy and can't say how they'd fund billions of extra spending in their platform. And that means
more taxes are coming, more taxes, more taxes. There's a hole in your budget, dear Labor, a hole.
It won't be easy under Albanese. Authorised by Ahurst Liberal, Canberra.
Unfortunately, she's a lesbian, lads. Megan Barnard, fucking hot as, and a great bird. Like, good fun, good to talk to. Like, my view, the hottest girl at Fox by a long way. But, unfortunately, yep, she's got a liquor licence, and she's very, very good at it.
But they turn around and say, sure, a Sheila with a penis swam faster than a bunch of women without a penis, who has a girlfriend with a vagina, but he is a lesbian. Welcome to 2022, people. Welcome to 2022. That's their game, that's the way that they play. And again, what about Wayne Swan the other day, screaming and moaning because, of course, the press has been too mean to Albo. Too mean to Albo. So what do you think's going to happen to a show like mine and a station like ours and views like yours if they end up in charge? That's why.
I begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet. I pay my respect to their elders, past, present and emerging, and on behalf of the Australian Labor Party, I commit to the Uluru Statement from the Heart in full.